call it the Billy Graham rule. He actually had five, but for some reason, effectively, the only one we really have kept in our present consciousness is this one about men staying separated from women. But there were four others that are also pretty good, and maybe we should take a look at them as well. So this first one is called Sex in the Office, right? And it unpacks the idea that actually came from a secular researcher that in the workspace, there is often what she labeled a glass partition that keeps men and women separate. So, and she's researching secular workplaces and says this is a problem because it limits women's access to everything from mentoring to organizational resources. And the motive behind it is always this not being misunderstood, not getting accused of harassment. And so for Christians, this is a very familiar concept.
Yeah.
So in Christian circles, my colleagues and I did some research on this, and we labeled it the stained glass partition. So obviously stained glass for the religion.
It was a good day. I appreciated that.
But it's this idea that the best way to preserve our moral purity is just not to interact with each other. And that's problematic on several levels. So it's problematic, first of all, just organizationally, because we need to work together, and men have resources and women have resources, and men have wisdom and women have wisdom. And we need to bring that together in order for the organization to function well. But secondly, men typically have more of all of those things. So if women are excluded just by definition from access to mentoring, let's say from male leaders, or to sponsorship, or to just learning from the wisdom of their male colleagues, then they're hampered in their ability to do their jobs. And then when we think about it on a scriptural level, I don't see that that is honoring to God either. Let me say this, to have a blanket rule. I'm not saying don't be wise.
And then you start to think about how that affects the women, right? I'm thinking of this as a man. Start thinking about how this affects women. It's like the women are constantly kept out of those places of power because most of the power is held by men in these organizations, right? So elder board, I'm trying to think of places, any of these places that are male dominated. If your thought is like women can't have access to that because we can't be in the same place alone, then women never get access to those places where a lot of these decisions are made, these places of power, right?
Yeah. Right.